Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 8, Text number 2. Mrishadharmasya bharyashi Mrishadharmasya bharyashi Dhambam mayam cha shatruhan Dhambam mayam cha shatruhan Asutamitunam tattu Asutamitunam tatastu Nirtirjagre prajaha Nirtirjagre prajaha Mrisha Mrisha Adharmasya of irreligion Bharya wife Asit was Dhambam bluffing Mayam cheating Cha and Shatruhan O slayer of enemies Asuta produced Mitunam combination Tat that to but Nirti Nirti Jagre took Aprajaha being childless. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Another son of Lord Brahma was irreligion, whose wife's name was falsity. From their combination were born two demons named Dhamba or bluffing and Maya or cheating. These two demons were taken by a demon named Niruriti, who had no children. Purport. It is stated herein that Adharma, irreligion, was the son of Brahma, and he married his sister Mrisha. This is the beginning of sex life between brother and sister. This unnatural combination of sex life can be possible in human society only when there is adharma or irreligion. It is understood that in the beginning of creation, Brahma created not only saintly sons like Sanaka, Sanatana, Narada, but also demoniac offspring like Niriruti, Adharma, Dhamba, and falsity. Everything was created by Brahma in the beginning. Regarding Narada, it is understood that because his previous life was very pious and his association very good, he was born as Narada. Others were also born in their own capacities, according to their backgrounds. The law of karma continues birth after birth, and there is a new creation. When there is a new creation, the same karma comes back with the living entities. They are born in different capacities according to karma, even though their father is originally Brahma, who is exalted qualitative incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please repeat the translation. Another son of Lord Brahma was irreligion, whose wife's name was falsity. From their combination were born two demons named Dhamba or bluffing and Maya or cheating. These two demons were taken by a demon named Niriruti, who had no children. So Maitreya is continuing to describe more history of Brahma and his sons, Brahma and his immediate creations. So it is said that Brahma created Mrisha, who was personification of religion, and his wife Dhambam, Mayam, cheating, and finally these two children, the two demon children, were accepted by Niriruti, another demon. So Prabhupada explains here that when Brahma created this material world, they were both devotees and non-devotees, devotees and demons. Obviously, we know that this creation is not the 0 point of existence of material world, because the material world is repeatedly created, maintained, destroyed, created, maintained, destroyed. So, the material energy, though it is not illusion, the material energy is a cyclic reality. It is an absolute energy of the Lord, but it is a cyclic reality. It exists sometime, then it maintained. Afterwards, it is destroyed. Everything goes into Mahavishnu's body. And then again, next creation cycle begins. And when the next cycle begins, then the karma of each living entity is also tagged on to the living entity. It is very important. You can understand how this law of karma, this karma does not leave the soul so easily. Even after annihilation, all the jivas and all the material elements go into Mahavishnu's body. Still the karma, bijas, they don't leave. When again next creation happens, the living entities are again injected into the material nature by the glance of Mahavishnu. But they restart their journey from where they left with respect to their unexperienced karma bijas. No other religion explains the suffering and happiness of living beings as much as the law of karma explains. Christianity or Islam, none of them are Jews. Nobody has an answer for this. The answer is never satisfying. They say you do sin, you eternally go into hell. They say, eternal hell. So, the Vedic understanding of life is that the living entity uses its free will and it acts. For every action, then there is a corresponding sukha dukkha reaction. When we say every action as a reaction, we generally visualize like a physical reaction. Every action we perform for sukha dukkha will create a reaction of sukha dukkha. That is law of karma. It's not a physical law of karma. But it is a law which cannot be physically proved, because by definition this is happening in another plane, material plane, subtle plane, material plane. Man is existing in the body, every living entity is existing in this body for sukha or pleasure. Even animals, they may not know so much what is sukha, but they know what is pleasure. The human form, he knows what is happiness and pleasure. So the living entity in the material world, irrespective of animal species, irrespective of 84 lakh species, what kind of body he has got, he is subjected to, means he is seeking sukha or pleasure through his activity. And if those activities that he seeks is as per dharma, then he gets punya. If it is not according to the permitted enjoyments, permitted happiness, permitted pleasure, if it is not that, then it is called adharma. So there is dharma and adharma. Again, that focus is about self-interest. An animal, whatever, wherever there is an opportunity to enjoy, he will grab it. That is animal nature. Human beings, they can select what pleasure they should take in what they should take happiness, in what they should take pleasure. They have a choice. It is this choice that makes the living entity elevate himself to higher consciousness, and ultimately to the highest consciousness of being beyond, working beyond sukha and dukkha, working for Krishna, engaging in devotional service. Karmis have different philosophies of pleasure, almost like animals. It's called hedonistic, maximize pleasure, they say. They are confused. They do not know difference between happiness and pleasure. It is so obvious that if you maximize pleasure, you may minimize happiness. Yes or no? If I want to maximize pleasure and eat 50 rasgullas, then happiness will go next few days. Or you go on eating sweet, then happiness will go, diabetes you will get. Happiness will go. Sustained pleasure is called happiness. Is pleasure sustainable? So human being has got that discretion, what pleasure I should take, what I should not take. This is civilized human being. And this guidance is coming from Shastras. What is dharmic pleasure? What is adharmic pleasure? See, anything adharmic will bring a, you will sow in your heart, in your chittam, a papa bija. Anything dharmic, you will sow in your heart punya bija. In that way, in our subtle body is accumulated unlimited lives, punya bijas and papa bijas. Nobody can explain why you are different, why you are different, why you are different. No other philosophy can explain why you look different, why somebody is more intelligent, less intelligent, why somebody looks better, looks beautiful, somebody looks ugly, his looks are ugly, or why somebody is wealthy, somebody is not wealthy, why somebody is poverty stricken, or why somebody is born in a slum, somebody is born in a palace. Nobody can explain. Jiva is same, all part and parcel of Krishna. It is Each living entity is creating its own destiny by his karma. So what to do, what not to do creates our destiny. So if you make a wrong decision about what to do, what not to do, then we are ignorantly, we are not creating a desired future. Means if we whimsically act, then we are not intelligent. So to act rightly or not act in a particular situation. Not only about acting. Sometimes if you don't act also you get papa. In the physical, that's why I said this is not the meaning, this action, law of karma is not about physical action. Suppose you are supposed to do your duty in some circumstances, you don't do it. Because you have taken a decision not to do it. That decision is a karma. So what is the motivation behind that? For some personal self-interest you did not take that decision? Or you did not take that decision because it is adharma to take the decision? Depends on what is the basis in which you have taken decision, you will create a bija, karma bija. So within us, each of us associated with an accumulated karma bijas. That is called kutastha karma bija. Kutastha means accumulated karma bijas. It's also called sanchita karma. Sanchita means all total collection of karma. It does not leave the soul till it gets liberated, go back to God, and that stuck, tagged on to the soul. And then when the living entity is taking birth in a particular body, then some of these kutastha karma bijas, they start sprouting. That means, if you have total stock of karma. In this life, in this body, when I am taking birth, already it is destined by a higher arrangement. This many karma bija should sprout. That means this much sukha dukkha should be experienced by this jiva. That is destined. And these things, this is called phalonmukha karma bija. That which has started the process of giving phala. Phalonmukha karma bija. Now as soon as that karma bija sprouts and it becomes a tree, then it grows fruits. Papa bija will give bitter fruits. Punya bijas will give sweet fruits. Sukha, dukkha, pain, pleasure, fame, infamy. All these are different kinds of fruits, phalas. One cannot escape that. He has to face that. As per his karma, that phalonmukha bija, just like you take one sprout, little sprout, when it sprouts, it doesn't give fruit. Sprout, then plant, then tree, then fruits. When the fruit comes, that's called phala prapti bija. So there are three kinds of kutastha bijas, total stock of karma bijas. Then phalonmukha bijas, which have started sprouting in this life. Among those phalonmukha bijas, some have already become giving fruit. For instance, the very fact that you are born in a palace means phala prapti. One particular bija, because you are born in a palace, phala prapti. And then 10 years from now, what happens? That some of these Phalonmukha bija will grow, and fruits will come. That's why if you see your horoscope, that will tell you which dasha you were born in. There are good dashas, there are bad dashas. Because you see, no astrologer will say whole life is yours, very good life you will have. Every astrologer will tell you this is a period, good period, bad period. Bad period for what? And good period for what? Good period for health may be bad period for finance. Bad period for finance may be good period for health. So each day your life is full of different types of sukhas and different types of dukhas. And it's very, very strong. Whatever you try to do, that sukha dukkha will not leave you. So now this phalonmukha and this phalaprapti karma bijas. Phalaprapti is not karma bija, it is karma phala. So the phalonmukha karma bijas are also called prarabdha karma. That means this much is going to sprout before you die. Prarabdha karma. Now let us see what happens to all these different karmas for a devotee. What happens to a devotee in his life? He has become Krishna conscious, means he surrenders to a pure devotee of the Lord. That is the meaning of being a devotee. Before your own type of devotee and all. But when you come to surrender to a pure devotee of the Lord, Krishna takes it as sarvadharman parityaja. Yeah, you are surrendered to me. When you surrender to his devotee, he says, okay, now you are surrendered to me. Sarvadharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshashyam masuchaha. So Krishna says, I will. Which papa he is talking? Sarva papa. That means the kutastha, the collective sanchita karma, how much, what load it is, unlimited load. If it is not downloaded, another million lives you have to go. So that is what it said. When the spiritual master accepts a disciple and he takes the karma, means it doesn't mean that immediate karma. Due to my karma, I have my glasses. So I sit for initiation. After initiation glass, I don't need. No, this is karma. This is prarabdha karma. Now, that sanchita karma, one side Krishna's, put a dam across it. Leave it. That is why the very same life, Guru will take you back to Godhead. That means now whatever prarabdha karma, we have to live till we die. Then one may say, oh, is that the only advantage? Prarabdha karma I have to suffer even after becoming devotee. Only advantage is all kutastha karma will go. Anyway, I don't even know in this life kutastha karma, where it is, what it is, how much it is. So is that the only benefit of becoming devotee? Just like karmis, they have to suffer prarabdha karma. Do I also have to suffer prarabdha karma? No. The prarabdha karma of a karmi will not be altered. It will act 100%. Prarabdha karma of a devotee, when he surrenders his life to Guru and Krishna, the devotee's life is handled by managed by the Lord in the heart, Paramatma, as a Chaitya Guru. You follow the instructions of the spiritual master in your life, then they will take a decision which Papa Bija of your Prarabdha Karma, which should bear fruit, which should not bear fruit. That means devotee's life, who surrendered to Guru, who serves the Guru, follows his instruction, actually is karma free. It only touches and goes. If some karma bija, if the Paramatma thinks this karma bija is good to develop some devotional qualities in this devotee, phala will happen. So a devotee always considers whatever is happening in my life is a mercy of the Lord to teach me something which is transcendental, and the devotee quickly learns that. If it's very fast in learning, then that phala also, that whatever that bitter fruit is there also will start vanishing. But if you don't learn, bitter fruit will become bitter and bitter and bitter. Because the idea is to teach you. Because Krishna is thinking, if I relieve the suffering of this living entity, this karma, Papa Bija's phala, if I relieve this devotee, okay, they'll get relieved for some time. Because every sukha, dukkha is only beginning to end. Whereas if I allow to give this bija to sprout and to bear fruit in this devotee's life, I can give him an eternal gift. Therefore, it is called love. The devotee thinks whatever is happening in his life, Prabhupada explains that so much more worst reaction I should be getting, but Krishna is very mercifully giving me some sample so that I learn. Just like a fan turning. If you pull off the switch, or if you pull off the plug, or put the switch off, there is no electric current that is driving it. Electric current is not driving it. Old momentum is driving it. If electric current is driving it, can you stop it? No. If the switch is off, little willpower you can stop it, it will stop. Fan will stop. So similarly, the prarabdha karma of the devotees don't have that shakti. Don't have that shakti, but it will run. So with whatever we have to learn, we surrender to the Lord. In other words, devotee is so relieved that my God, I am not under the clutches of Kala. What Kala has to give, Krishna is personally now taking and he is managing. Some sukha which is not there, he will give you. Some dukkha which was due to you, he will reduce. And for very, very rare devotees, the sukha that is destined, he will knock it off. Dukkha that is not destined, he will give also. That is very rare. If Krishna, Paramatma does that for us, we will become non-devotees. When our bhakti becomes so much, then all these games Krishna will play. Because Krishna wants to give the soul the gift, not the body and the mind. He wants to gift the soul with Krishna bhakti. So therefore, devotees, we should understand how fortunate we are. Not a small thing. Maybe by accident you have come to Krishna consciousness. But the gift that you have got is not accident. You may think you have come by accident. Somehow, that's why it's a kono bhagyavan jiva. There is an element of good luck also. Having come to the shelter of a pure Vaishnava, Having initiation means getting shelter of a pure Vaishnava. He accepts. You accept, he accepts. When he accepts, Krishna accepts. When Krishna accepts, this big thing is happening. Your Kutastha karmas are taken care of. Your Paradha karmas are managed by the Paramatma in the heart. If you are good follower, bad follower, ye tamam prapadyante tam sate bhajami. According to that, he will manage your karma. There is no better friend than Paramatma in the heart. For non-devotees also, for devotees also. Because he looks unto this real self-interest, subject to our desires. He does not want to push anything. He does not want to force anything upon the jiva. That is why with all different sukha dukkha we experience. That means so much of recognition of individuality is there by the Lord in the heart. That is why this world is unlimitedly different. Every person is unlimitedly different from every other person. So these truths we have to, as devotees, we should know that, and we should express our gratitude to Prabhupada for taking care of our eternal life by putting a stop to material life. Even if whatever sukha dukkha is there in this life, devotee thinks it is last life. Last life. And if somebody is chanting it, it is Bhaktivedanta Thakur says that Namabhasa stage itself, the chanting has got the power to counteract all Papa Bijas. That means the devotee start becoming free from suffering, mental suffering, physical suffering, when he comes to Namabhasa stage. Because the touch of the Nama will just burn all those things. That is why somehow if you finish your round, 16 rounds nicely, do morning program, whatever according to Kala, according to your astrology, according to your chart, what phala was supposed to come, all it will all be burnt away. Bitter fruits will be burnt away. Burnt away. So therefore, the life of a devotee is actually very peaceful life. Does not matter good time and bad time, Shani Dasha, this Dasha, nothing matters. If you do your morning sadhana nicely, nothing matters. Life will go on. When some astrologer sees your chart, he will tell you, oh, this time you would have got horrible life you would have got. To devotee he will tell, but nothing happened. Something came and went, something came and went. Nothing happened. But he will tell, no, you please think about it. Nothing, you would have had terrible period at this time, he will say. One devotee astrologer was there in Trivandrum, initiated devotee. After some time he said, I won't see your astrology. I don't see your chart. Whatever I predicted, nothing is happening. I know him since 30 years. When I was in Trivandrum at that time. That time he was very, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. I don't even remember. But then everything opposite is happening. So, the whole idea is, you see, but the fact that some things just come and go as per that chart. That shape, the fan will turn. That will continue. So if you really look at it, yes, you can detect. After after being a sadhu or being a devotee, to go into the courtroom itself is bad karma. Right? So this is what is called prarabdha karma also. So your something is there, all those things you have to face. But Krishna will utilize it in his service. That is the point. That is the point. He will use it. Having debt is a bad, they say having debt is a bad karma, they say. Right? But we look for loans. We take loan on our head. And then we worry about it. Yeah, this is prarabdha karma, dovetailed. Dovetailed in Krishna's service. Otherwise, in some other way, it will come. Krishna is very merciful. Your prarabdha karma is turned into devotion's credit, devotional life. It is converted into it. In a lecture in Prabhupada says, in Hyderabad, 1972, Prabhupada, no, prarabdha karma can be changed. Indian, prarabdha karma? Prabhupada, yes, I am replying you. Prarabdha karma can be changed. Krishna says, prarabdha means you are enjoying the fruits of your past activities. That is said in Brahma Samhita. Karmani nirdhati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. Nirdhati. Karmani, the resultant reaction of your past karma can be vanquished by Krishna. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshashyami. I shall give you protection. Indian. Even from Punarjanma karma, Prabhupada, everything finished. As soon as you become Krishna conscious, everything is finished. But don't commit again. Stick to Krishna consciousness. Then you are safe. Indian. Then what was the necessity for Pandavas to suffer when they had themselves surrendered to Lord Krishna and they have suffered? Prabhupada. They have not suffered. They have served Krishna's purposes. Krishna wanted to kill all the demons. They did it. That's all. Another in Mayapur, 1975. And for devotees, although they do not suffer, it is just like the fan is moving. You make the switch off. It is actually not moving. It is by the last force it is moving, but the switch is off and it will stop suffering. And the devotees, actually they are not suffering. But even if you say they are suffering, so after giving up this body, there is no more accepting material body. They will remain in the spiritual body. The devotees say. Materialists say that is all your faith. Prabhupada. It may be your faith also. You do not believe it. Your faith is wrong faith. And if we are accepting this faith, so if there is chance, so we are getting promotion. But you have no faith, you will continue to suffer. We are at least taking the chance, but you are so foolish, you are not taking the chance even. So you are suffering, your suffering will continue. This is there in the last cue card I wrote last week. You can go and read it. Any questions? Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.